to see an interview. Are you high right now?
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Emily Jean if you guys are new here. Today we're doing a makeup video and I'm very excited because we're trying a bunch of new products and I feel like I haven't done this in forever. I've been going to Ulta a lot more lately and I did one like big Ulta haul recently. I made a TikTok right when I got out of the store, so if you guys are coming from that, hello, welcome. It's actually been a few weeks later. I've been holding on to these products just to use them on camera. I only opened a couple of the lip products. I already lost the MAC lip liner that I got. It was the shade Soar and I need another one immediately because that lip liner has been my go-to, like perfect everyday lip lately. It's a little bit more like plummy and just a little bit more color to it and I've been so obsessed. So that's the only product that is missing from today's video. I think I'm gonna gear towards a totally different look anyways based on what I want to do with the eyes. We're gonna do more of like a nudie nude lip. I think those are my thoughts in my brain right now. You guys probably don't know what I'm saying because I haven't showed you anything yet. Basically, I'm just gonna get ready, do my makeup with you guys, kind of create a fun look using a bunch of new products. We have at least like 5 or 6 brand new products to me, so I'm very excited. If you guys want to get ready with me and test and play, hang out, then just keep watching. We're gonna tie up our hair. By the way, I know I'm going to get questions. I'm going to link what I am wearing, jewelry and all down below. I actually just started Fashion Pass like a couple months ago. If you guys have not heard of Fashion Pass, it's basically like a clothing rental service. So this top is rented and these Love AJ like chunky little hoops are rented. It's such a great program. I think I'm going to make a TikTok about that and talk about it more if you guys want to know. Follow me on TikTok and Instagram at Emily Jean Beauty. It's just such a great service. And then this necklace is from Tolia Jewelry. She's actually one of my good friends here in Detroit and she's amazing. I love this purple necklace. We did a shoot recently together and she gifted me this cute little piece. Her stuff is super fun and just like different right now. She's always coming out with new collections, so I will have this linked down below to her website. I actually like randomly threw it on with this top and I'm like loving it for some reason. They're like different purples. At first I thought a necklace would be weird with the neckline, but I'm kind of into it. It's always like a little bit extra for me. Like I'm not for the minimal look, you know? I always want the extra touch going on. Let's get started on makeup. I am going to start by priming my face. Of course, I already did my skincare today a couple hours ago, so that has set in just my regular moisturizer and whatnot. I want to extra prime and prep my face for makeup. I want something hydrating but still like sticky. So I'm going in with a little makeup artist secret. I've been using this stuff for years. It's the Nivea Post Shave Balm for men, the sensitive version. It literally smells like the sexiest man ever, which some people might not actually like that. The fragrance is definitely pretty potent, but I'm definitely into it. I don't use this all the time. I use this mostly for like really glam makeup because it has such a nice grip to it. Rub it in until it gets nice and tacky and you get so much for your money and it has multiple benefits. So I love this stuff so much. I get the sensitive version. I don't know if there's like an unsensitive version, but this is the exact one that I've always used. Put a little bit of lip plumper on. Too Faced. You guys already know my favorite, the Maximum Plump. Give me the highest strength you got. I also just saw on Ulta last night that they came out with lip injection lip liners. Like what? Sounds incredible. I'm not sure how that's gonna work, but I need to try those immediately. If you guys have tried them, please let me know your thoughts. I'm very intrigued. Look, I kept everything in the boxes and all for you guys. So next we're going on to foundation. I've been dying to try more Juvias Place products because the ones that I have are like ride or die products for me. They're duo blush palettes, they're eyeshadow palettes I just love. So they came out with a new foundation and like face line. This is the I Am Magic Natural Radiance Foundation. I'm pretty sure this is very full coverage, but it's still gonna give us that hydrating, you know, glowy look that we want. I think it's full coverage. Sure. I love this packaging because it's like a nice lightweight tube, but then it also has a pump. I hope this is the right color. I got this a little while ago. I actually bought these Juvias Place products before the last Ulta haul, so these were not part of the one that I posted on TikTok. I've been holding on to these for a while. dot this around our face. I feel like I'm a little bit more tan right now, like golden tan, because I've actually been in warm areas twice this month. This is looking a little yellow. It has an interesting fragrance. What is that? It smells like some type of candy. Oh my god, what is that reminding me of? It's like a floral candy smell. It kind of smells like inexpensive perfume, but not in like a totally bad way. I don't know. Okay, yeah, this is very thick, very full coverage, and that's what I thought. It is oxidizing actually pretty quickly because once I start blending it and it's like liquid again, it kind of looks lighter, and the parts that I have dotted on have already started to oxidize. A very tiny amount, but it's definitely something to note. Okay, I used way too much product. This stuff is like very full coverage, but I have been doing this thing lately where I blend out with like a flat kabuki brush. This is the Morphe M6. I kind of just do a rough blend all over the face, make sure I'm getting all these like weird areas by the ears and down the neck. And then of course, I still live by my beauty sponge, the Real Techniques one, and then I will like fully blend with this. I use so much product, I still have a ton on my hand. I would say you really only need like a pump of this. And this girl is thick. She's here to cover. I feel like I can't even compare it to another foundation that I know of. This does have a really nice finish as far as the glow goes. This color is a tiny bit yellow for me, and I think the oxidizing is making it a little bit worse, so I am going to blend a little bit down on my shoulders. As of right now, I would just like get another shade to fix the color issue that I'm having. I think that's just my problem. Make sure to really blend into your hairline. I look crazy. So far, I actually am like really liking it. And you guys know I'm a full coverage girl. Like this is my go-to like night out glam type of coverage, so I'm here for it. It's just the color right now. That's the hard thing too. The more full coverage and more intense a foundation is, the more exact that color match has to be. For my skin, I'm usually like a light to medium or medium and neutral undertone. That's my favorite. A neutral undertone is just always going to be like the middleman. It's not going to be too yellow or too pink. And this is definitely leaning a little warm. I'll give you guys kind of like my final thoughts and wrap up thoughts of the products once we're at the end, just because I kind of like to sit on it, think about it for a little bit, and see how the product actually works with the full face of makeup. We're gonna move on to concealer. I have the Tarte Ultra Creamy Shape Tape. So you guys all know what Shape Tape is. It's one of my favorites. I haven't bought a new one in a long time, and I thought, why not try the creamy version? One of the biggest complaints about Tarte Shape Tape I've heard from many people is that it's drying. It's just like a little too harsh on them. So I think this is basically like their hydrating version of it. It's so funny because e.l.f. came out with their camo concealer copying the Shape Tape. It's like a dupe for it with the black lid. And then e.l.f. also came out with the white lid hydrating camo concealer, like side by side, and then Tarte's coming back with a hydrating version of it. So it's like e.l.f. copied them and made another product out of it, and then Shape Tape copied them back, which is just funny how all these makeup brands go round and round. So I got the shade 35 medium. I will say the Tarte Shape Tape concealer shade range is definitely one of the craziest things I've ever seen. It's amazing. It's just so many shades for concealer. I feel like foundation, you need an even wider range. I would put money down that Shape Tape has the largest concealer shade range like in the makeup industry. I need to research that, but I was just like, wow, I don't even know which one to pick because I felt like I could have gone with so many different shades that probably would work for me, especially with concealer, because some people want that brightening look, some people want it to match exactly. It really depends what you're using it for and what your preferred outcome is. So far it's already feeling like creamier and a little bit more like watery, just like lighter on my skin. I got a shade a tiny bit lighter, but still like pretty tan. I think I did that for a reason because the Shape Tapes that I have right now are like very light, that give me that crazy highlight look. Been more into a pretty close tone concealer, and with being more tan, I just need like a darker concealer in general. This is blending out honestly like a dream. It's totally different than the original. It's even more than just like what works for your skin. It's kind of like preference, and so far I'm actually really liking that. It blended out so easy. A little less coverage. Okay, I'm into it. I like it. I mean, I'm not surprised. It's just a different version of the Shape Tape. Next, I have this powder from Juvia's Place. I got this hand in hand with the foundation. They had like a whole special display for it. This is the I Am Magic Powder Foundation. This is the shade for medium. I think this is going to be like crazy full coverage with the foundation too, because this is a foundation in itself. There's a difference between like pressed powders, loose powders, and like foundation powders. This I need to try and test on its own as well, but I am going to use just a tiny bit of it. You can always use like a light dusting of a powder foundation to set, but I just don't want to go like crazy overboard and make this look cakey. I'm into the packaging. It's like a nice neutral square plasticky component, and it has a magnetic closure. It's definitely a little chunky. I feel like a lot of Juvia's Place products are a little bit larger in size. I do really love this packaging. Whenever I think of packaging, my first thought is like, how easy does it pack? And when I'm like traveling, and this is like a amazing product to travel and pack with. This, I would say, would kind of be annoying to pack, this giant big thing, but I do like it nevertheless with how it looks. So, you guys, this is why I can't do TikTok. Do you hear how long I'm talking about one powder for? And we're still going. Like, I can't just like tell you guys the bare minimum. I have to tell you every little freaking detail every time. Okay, I'm just going with my large powder brush, dipping in there and setting the face. I don't really want to put this under the eyes because I bought this powder to actually match my skin, so it's like the same tone as the foundation. And I definitely don't want to put too dark of a powder under the eye, so I'm kind of just going around that part for now. Okay, I actually like really like whatever that just did. It really set down and I'm into it. I feel like this is going to be really good as a powder foundation. It's been a long time that I've really been into one, but usually powder foundation is really great during the summer if you're like sweaty and it's super hot out. I love a good like natural, easy, quick powder foundation routine. So if you guys want to see that, I have hair in my mouth. If you guys want to see that, let me know down below. Okay, to set the under eye and our lid, I am patting out the creases, and I'm gonna go in with my Milani Make It Last setting powder. This is like a finely milled white pressed powder. I'm into this for setting my under eyes because it doesn't have flashback, and really like pack this on. It's really hard to go overboard with it. So I get it right on my sponge. I know it looks super white, but it really just like brightens, and it's very translucent actually. I've never had a problem with this like looking really white on me. So I really like this product actually. It's one of those like foolproof products, and that's always really nice. Kind of setting the T-zone anywhere I put that concealer. I'm actually really liking how everything's working together and feeling so far. Okay, we're gonna go in with a new bronzer. I've been dying to find a new really good everyday bronzer, and mostly for like full glam looks, because I usually like something a little bit more intense, just a little bit more punch obviously when I'm doing like full glam nighttime makeup, and I just haven't had a good one. I feel like all the ones in my collection right now are very like neutral, kind of everyday that I can build up, but nothing that really like gives me that color. And again, I've just been more tan lately, so I've just needed some darker shades to really give me what I've been looking for. And I have never tried a powder bronzer, or really any powder products from Fenty actually before, because when she first launched her brand it was like all creams, and that was kind of the big thing. So I tried a lot of that stuff, which I've always loved. Almost everything I've tried from Fenty, it's an incredible line. I got the shade Ting 04. This is the Stalker Instant Warmth Bronzer. I'm obsessed with this packaging. It's so fun and cool. I am so excited to try this. She had so many amazing shades. It was also hard to pick which one I wanted for this. A little film covering the mirror and a little film on the product. I'm obsessed with how this looks. Oh, look how like just pretty that product is. I will try my best to link brushes down below too, because I feel like that's something I kind of always just bypass. I'm going to dip into here, get a nice even coat on my brush, tap off excess. Wow, that's amazing. Do you see that? It was so perfect. It is very warm. This is definitely a bronzing powder for me. This is not something I would contour with, but especially for the summer, like a good tan bronze situation going on. That was so easy to do. Look how seamless it looks. I'm actually shook. I'm going to take it under the jawline a little bit, down the neck. Guys, when you're doing your makeup and like going out doing a full look, really make sure to think of all those details. Bring it up on your ears, bring it down on your chest, depending on the top you're wearing. Like, those little added steps and details really make such a big difference. And I've been doing that since like middle school. Like, I have literally been contouring my chest since I was like 13. You can't just think about your face. You gotta think about the whole vision. Okay, I'm obsessed with this bronzer. I honestly might see if they have a cooler tone that I could use for contour, just because I'm liking how easy this is to use. I'm gonna take a little down the sides of my nose. Oh. I'm into it. Yep. Yes, ma'am, I'm into the Fenty bronzer for sure. And my skin is like pretty textured right now, and it's still going on so smoothly, and I'm really into this shade for like summer bronze, that true warm summer bronze for sure. For blush, I'm going to go in with my Juvia's Place Duo palette. This is a newer volume that I got, volume 5. It's very rich and intense, so we're going to go in very lightly with this lower shade here. So this is obviously not a new product for me. This is one of my favorite blushes ever. This shade is definitely a little bit harder to work with because it's so intense. If you have a really deep skin tone, this is probably like incredible for you. But for like my everyday duo, I like volume 2. I will have them both linked down below. That's like my perfect everyday. But I did kind of want to use a pop, so I'm using that lower kind of bright hot pink shade. And these are super intense, so I'm kind of working off the back of my hand. And I'm using my favorite blush brush. This is the Morphe M405. And I'm really focusing this on the apples and then bringing into the bronze. I mean, this is a bright pink. This is like very, I haven't tried it, but I feel like this gives the same effect as that viral Dior blush, like that really neon bright pink blush that has just been in. I feel like this is totally giving that. You just have to be a little bit careful. Highly recommend the duos. I just love that they're matte. I love that they come with 2 different colors, and I think they have like 5 different versions of it, so highly recommend that. I'm gonna go back in with the bronzing brush and kind of just go over everything because that blush really is intense. And we're kind of gonna go for kind of like a plummy eye, some color on the eye, so I don't want the face color to take away from that, or the blush color to take away from that. Okay, for eyes, I'm very excited. It's been so long since I've bought an eyeshadow palette, like a big boy eyeshadow palette, and specifically from Morphe. The hype has just been so gone. I feel like their products really went downhill pretty quickly, and I just haven't seen something from them eyeshadow-wise that like really intrigued me in forever, but when I saw this, I had to have it. This is the Morphe 18 WT Matte Essentials. I think it's like warm tone matte essentials, and then they also had a cool tone matte essentials that was in like a gray packaging. So let's dig into this. I'm so excited. I even love like this whole packaging and everything. I think it looks super modern and sleek and updated. Okay, this is her. I love the packaging. Again, it's nice hard case, nice and thin. And I actually really like the size of this. Like, it's a nice big palette. You get 18 shades, but I feel like it's nice and compact and just like sleek. So I'm into that. The paper. Ta-da! Look at those shades. It's so neutral, so warm, all matte, but I feel like I've really never seen a palette with some of these colors in there before. They're so neutral but yet so unique. Just take a moment and soak that in. Obviously, we have to use this plummy shade. This top matches it perfectly, and I totally did not plan that out. I've had this way longer than I had the top, but I knew I wanted to do like plummy eyes, and it just happened that I got this literally a couple days ago, so it's perfect. The little paper that fell out just has all of the names on it, and I actually am obsessed with all the names. They're all like different fashion materials. So it's like cotton, jersey, canvas, knit, corduroy, wool, and it actually goes so well with all the colors. So I'm very into that little detail. To start off, I'm going to take the lightest shade in the palette, and we're just going to put this all over our lid and eye area to really brighten her up and get a nice base going. Okay, she's got pigment. I'm actually just going to do it on the lid because this is very light. I'm taking a little bit and just putting it at the top of my eye, kind of brow bone area. And obviously we haven't done our brows yet, so I'm just really getting it in there. Kind of add that highlight now. Okay, in the crease, I'm going to take this 5th shade down. This is the shade Knit, warm, neutral, lighter brown. And I'm going to start this in the crease. Oh wow, okay, this has a lot of pigment actually. Darker than I thought. It's a little bit patchy because it's so pigmented, so you need a really light hand. It's not patchy, it was just like dragging on my skin across the lid, if you know what I mean. So very, very light hand. These girls got pigment. And they have a little bit of kickback as well. Okay, wow, I'm kind of like shocked. I felt like that brown was like one of the lighter browns in the palette. Okay, maybe not. She's got some color. She's rich in color. I'm gonna go in with the lighter shade right above it to try and kind of diffuse this darker color. I want it to really look soft and just like blend it out, so kind of just going over everything, bringing it down on the lid and trying to blend those edges. For this palette, for the price of it and for like the layout and everything, I do actually really like them. You just have to work with them a little bit. These are definitely not like super easy foolproof shadows, if you know what I mean. I always want you guys to know that because I know not everyone that watches my videos or maybe takes tips from me is like the biggest makeup guru ever. I just like you guys to know when they're like easy to use and not. I'm trying to pat out the wrinkles on my forehead. I feel like I gave it a bad name now that it was like kind of hard to work with. It's just that they're super pigmented and dusty. You just have to be careful. That's really what it is. But they're like blending great. I am going to take a smaller, tiny, fluffier brush. We're just going to go right into it just a little bit now that we know this is very pigmented. And I just want a tiny bit on the outer corner because I don't want it to take away when we actually use it as the liner as well. Oh my god, the color like matches my shirt perfectly. Just like such a pretty plummy color, but still super neutral. Also, purple is one of the best complementary colors to wear if you have brown hair and brown eyes. And I feel like I never wear purple, like a plummy purple like this. Kind of just tapping right in that inner corner and then trying to slowly diffuse it out. Okay, we got the color on there. I'm going to go back in with the larger fluffy brush to again diffuse it and just help blend out more. I don't want it to be too intense. Okay, now I'm going to go in with my M165 angled little definer brush. I'm going to use that same plum color to tightly line the top of my lid and wing it out a little bit, and then I'm also going to do it underneath. I'm gonna kind of like speed through this a little bit, not explain each step because I need to focus and because this video is so long already. Also, note that this mirror in here is so big and nice and clean and just like a really good big mirror, so I'm actually gonna use this. Okay, I did the top part of my eye, and for the lower lash line, before I do the plum color, I want to use like a warm, lighter tone to like smoke out the under eye. So I'm going to use this more like rusty, warmish color right next to the plum. This is the shade Velour. And I'm going to smoke this on the lower lash line, kind of bringing it a little bit further down. And then we'll take the plum really close and tight right up to those lower lashes. Oh yeah, it's giving us that warmth that I want. Actually, I want to use a pencil brush. That's not working for me. My pencil brush literally got squished in travel, and now it's like... I'm keeping the focus mostly on the outer half of the eye, but still bringing it inward. So start out here. Now I'm going to go back in with our little definer brush and that plum color and really press this as close up to the lower lash line as possible. I'm really liking how this is turning out. It's just such a subtle plum color, but it's still like so neutral and in the brown family. The shadow is looking really good and I'm really into this palette so far. Again, you have to work with the shadows, but because they're all mattes and they're all such beautiful shades and it was a great price, I'm into this. I'm going to be using this. I'm going to be putting it in this drawer with my everyday makeup. So that's how you know I actually like it. I'm going to be using it for sure. And I feel like a palette like that will inspire me to use a little bit more color in my looks with still keeping it like neutral and classy and chic with like any outfit. So I'm gonna do my brows really quickly. I'm going to use the Brow Lift from Charlotte Tilbury. It's just a little brow pencil, honestly, because I'm kind of lazy. I don't actually love this product that much. I would say get the Brow Wiz if you are looking for a pencil, but I just don't want to use a brush and a powder right now, so I'm just going to do a light little fill-in in shape with this pencil, and then of course we'll set it down with the Anastasia clear brow gel, my ride or die. I will be right back once the brows are filled. Okay, the brows are on. I added a little bit of the lightest shadow to my inner corner like I usually do and did a tiny bit of cleanup underneath with some fallout that happened. But now we're gonna do mascara. I'm so excited for this mascara because this is one of those things that I have looked at for years and years and years, and I've just never bought it or never really felt like I would love it until now. And going with this palette and this top, everything is making sense. This is the L'Oreal Voluminous Original, but this is in the shade, where is the color? Deep Burgundy. And they have like a deep burgundy color, they have a blue, they have a brown. This is such a classic mascara. This is what I pretty much use every day, just the carbon black one for like the darkest, richest black mascara and drugstore. It's just such a classic. I have my lash curler and the mascara. I'm gonna do one eye off camera really quickly and I will show you guys like the before and after.
Dad, speaking of lack of patience, just me and my old man getting back to nature in time that we wasted.
Hey you guys, here's a close-up look of the eye that is done versus this eye. This I did curl my lashes, but that is what the mascara is looking like. I did put it on my lower lash line. It applied just as normal, just as good as the original carbon black. I feel like the color is even more subtle, especially on my lashes because my natural lashes are already very dark, like pretty much black, so I feel like the color is just very subtle. I'm really liking it. I think it's really pretty. Goes along with the eyeshadow like so perfectly, so I think that's kind of bringing out the color even more. I'm gonna finish the other eye and we'll be right back again. Okay, both eyes of mascara are done. I cleaned up a little bit underneath with a little extra concealer and my sponge, and then I also topped off my blush. I actually switched over to using such an oldie in my collection. This is the Tarte Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush in the shade Seduce. I felt like I just needed something more mauve-y toned to go along with these plum colors, and I just wanted a little bit more punch of blush with being the correct shade. I do want to add a little bit of liner in the waterline. I really wish I had a plum for this, but the closest thing I have is a brown pencil. I'm going to go in with the Lip Bar's Straight Grinding Smudge Proof Eyeliner. They have a black and a brown. I really love these liners. I think this will be perfect with this look. Going with this on my waterline just to bring everything together. Very subtle brown. It's actually like perfect with this look. Last but not least, we are on to our lips. I wanted to try the new little lip combo that I got from Ulta with you guys, but I have already been wearing it so much. It was the MAC Soar lip liner, which is like a classic. I already know I love MAC lip liners, and that shade is perfection. If you're looking for a little bit of extra color, highly recommend it. And then I was pairing it with this Fenty Heat Gloss. This is in the shade Fussy Heat 02, and I love these. It's basically like her gloss bombs, but a little bit more plumping with the heat action. It has that burning feeling, and this color is just stunning paired with that lip liner. It's perfection, but it fell out of my purse at like 2 a.m. at a pizza shop in New Orleans. So if you guys go there and you find Soar, it's your lucky day. Instead, I'm going to do a super nude lip, kind of take it a different direction just for the fun of it. And I'm going to use my KKW Lip Liner. I don't even think you can get these anymore, but it's like the most nudie lip liner I have. So I'm going to use it. Wipe off the lip plumper. I'm going to overline my lips with this. Yeah, it's like a cool warm tone nude, if that makes sense. It has depth, but it doesn't really have like color. These lip liners are really so good. I hope she can bring them back. Okay, very nude girl. And then to brighten it up and give a little ombre lip, I'm going to go in with my Charlotte Tilbury lipstick in the shade Nude Kate. This kind of lip combo is normally what I call like a slutty lip. Anything that's super pale in the middle. Super pale lips were so in when I first started getting into makeup as a kid that I literally would go to CVS and buy the CoverGirl like stick, super light concealer, and I would use that as lipstick. When I was like 10 years old, I'd put that all over my lips, take all the color out of my lips, and like put chapstick over it. And I thought it looked so good. I would go skating on the weekends, and like that was my makeup. So this is very similar to that, but an elegant version with that kind of liner to give our lips some shape. But you can see how nude the lips are, and they kind of just like wash in with the face, which I actually think looks really pretty with a look like this because it's really letting the eyes stand out. Again, I totally could have done a more like purpley lip with that Soar and with that pink gloss and add some more colors, and I think that would also look beautiful. It kind of just shows you different things that you can do with your makeup to kind of pull it in a different direction. I'm gonna zoom out, get my hair down, kind of get settled in, and we will close out this video, give you guys my final thoughts on everything that we used. It just feels wrong not to have a gloss on, so I am going to top it off with the Fenty gloss balm that I was just telling you guys about, and so you guys can just see it. This has been my go-to gloss, like the one that I've just kept in my purse at all times since getting it. It's so good. It has the original gloss balm scent, and obviously with the lip plump effect in it, I love it even more. So just kind of tap that on in the middle. And this is the final makeup look. I'm honestly so obsessed with it. I kind of went off in this with the plum tones, with the new products, and I think this is totally a look I'm going to do again for an evening out. Again with, okay, my hair is actually bothering me, so I actually am going to put it up, but like in a cuter way. I feel like it actually looks better up with this top we have going on. Literally the second I was ready. This is the final look. I actually am obsessed with my hair up with this look and this sort of top. The makeup I am so impressed by. There truly wasn't anything new that we used today that I was like, no way, never gonna use this again, hate it. Everything was really like impressive and I enjoyed it all. I think I have to play around with the foundation a little bit. Mostly the shade was kind of getting me irritated and I just wasn't expecting it to be so full coverage. But if you're looking for a new hydrating, kind of glowy but full max coverage foundation, I do highly recommend that one, especially if you guys have dry skin. I'm definitely going to be using it again, definitely going to be using the powder foundation again. I liked it as a setter and I'm interested in using it on its own, like I said, so if you want to see that video, let me know. I am really into this Fenty bronzer. This is probably a standout, going to be in my new routine every day. I love the eyeshadow palette. Again, you have to work with it, you have to know what you're working with. They're cheaper shadows, they have fallout, they have a lot of pigment, but I think it's a beautiful palette to have in your collection and all the matte shades. You can really use it every day, but it's still like a little bit different than just like a full neutral palette, if that makes sense. But what else? I love the Fenty Gloss Bomb Heat. You guys need one of those if you like a plumping gloss. You need MAC Soar in general. You need that in your life. It's so good. I really wish I had it with me today. I need to go buy a second one like ASAP. The Plum mascara, I'm so here for. I think it complements and brings this look so full circle. For the formula and a mascara that I already love, you might as well pick it up in some fun colors too. And I think colored mascara is having a big moment coming up. It's very like on trend right now, so I'm happy to have that in my collection. I definitely will use it again. Purple plummy look could be my new little neutral moment. I am just so here for it. Let me give you guys a little close-up. The eyes are like smoky and winged out. Just a little bit more color added to the eyes. This lip combo is actually so pretty. I will try and see what's up. I'm pretty sure KKW is like all gone, but I'm gonna try and link a similar shade or something very close to this for you guys down below, just so you can totally recreate this look if you want to. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and just seen some new products in action. I say this every time, you guys. I know, I'm so sorry for always being kind of up and down with my YouTube channel. It's very personal for me and I get very emotional about it. So I'm really trying to not let that affect me getting videos up for you guys, because I want to be filming makeup videos. I want to be filming videos in general for you. There's a lot that holds me back mentally and personally, but I really want to be sitting here with you guys more often and posting more often. So please, any recommendations or little things that you guys want to see from me, it always helps to read that in the comments, whether it's a certain product you want to see or a new brand. So please let me know what you guys want to see from me. I love you guys so much. Thank you for always supporting me, even if this is your first video. I really appreciate it. If you guys are not subscribed, click that subscribe button so you guys know every time I am uploading, and I hope to see you guys very soon. In the meantime, again, follow me on Instagram and TikTok. It's at EmilyJeanBeauty everywhere to kind of keep up with maybe some more daily things. That completes this video. I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!